The chain of events that ensued from a police interrogation unraveled the shocking truth about my wife's infidelity. Following a prolonged legal battle, the reality hit hard. Prompted by law enforcement, I found myself subjected to relentless questioning about a coworker of my wife's, someone entirely unfamiliar to me. The pivotal moment arrived when they revealed footage capturing my wife engaged intimately with him. It was a visceral blow, triggering a panic attack that prompted medical attention. Despite the paramedics' recommendation for hospitalization due to soaring blood pressure, my resolve to locate my wife and son prevailed. Once composed, I demanded answers from the officers, bewildered as to why they were the ones breaking such devastating news. Their explanation painted a grim picture. The man in the video, my wife's paramour, had been viciously assaulted earlier that morning, raising questions about potential motives linked to his affair with my wife. Compounding the shock, it emerged that my wife wasn't his sole extramarital partner. Racing home to ensure my son's safety, I gathered essentials and sought refuge at my parents' house, miles away. In the aftermath, I initiated legal proceedings, securing emergency custody and a protective order against my wife. The gravity of the situation sank deeper as I grappled with the reality of her emotional manipulation of our son, a revelation that shattered my heart. Seeking solace in legal counsel, I leaned on a trusted family friend who swiftly mobilized support, ensuring our rights were protected amidst the turmoil. The subsequent days were fraught with emotional turmoil as I navigated the complexities of divorce proceedings and safeguarding my son's well-being. Her parents' visit brought a mix of sorrow and understanding, their expressions of remorse mirroring my own bewilderment at the drastic turn of events. As the legal saga unfolded, the revelation of a prenuptial agreement and her lawyer's plea for rehabilitation added yet another layer of complexity to an already tumultuous situation. Despite her plea for forgiveness, the path forward remained uncertain, overshadowed by the profound betrayal and manipulation that had rocked our family to its core. After they left, I assured them they'd always be part of our lives, regardless of the divorce outcome. Yet, their visit weighed heavily on me, especially after my son's revelations. My lawyer's diligent work uncovered unsettling details about my wife's affair partner, a lengthy criminal record, including parole for substance offenses and past gang affiliations. Further investigation revealed the affair was an open secret at her workplace, potentially leading the police to identify us in the video. Initiating therapy for my son yielded promising results, with noticeable improvements already. He expressed comfort in my involvement in his therapy sessions, allowing for candid discussions with his therapist. Shockingly, the therapist unveiled how my wife emotionally blackmailed him, fostering a sense of powerlessness and dependency. Guiding my son, who, despite being 16, is autistic and emotionally vulnerable, became my priority, teaching him situational awareness for his safety. In parallel, my own therapy journey began, providing a platform to confront the tumultuous emotions triggered by my wife's betrayal. While the numbness subsided, it was replaced by a seething anger towards her. Ironically, grappling with anger proved more manageable than the numbness. Meanwhile, my legal situation escalated significantly in our favor, paving the way for a more favorable resolution amidst the chaos. I was granted temporary full custody and child support, despite my reluctance, as my lawyer insisted it was necessary for our protection. The order of protection for myself and my son was extended, and despite the absence of my wife and her lawyer, the judge addressed the issue of supervised visitation. However, my son adamantly refused, prompting a private conversation with the judge, resulting in temporary orders, therapy, and psychological evaluation for my son. Fortunately, his therapist's affiliation with the courts streamlined the process, albeit the looming fear of my wife gaining custody persisted. Updates on her affair partner's condition remained scarce, and police inquiries ceased after my initial interview. As for my wife, her attempts to reach me were met with silence, and her appearance at a preliminary hearing was jarring. She seemed a shadow of her former self. Despite her lawyer's audacious demands during mediation, the revelation of our prenuptial agreement rattled them. Crafted by my late uncle, it safeguarded my assets, leaving her lawyer stunned. Her unexpected plea for substance abuse rehabilitation added another layer of complexity, challenging my perception of her. Yet, her letter, filled with remorse and admissions of addiction, left me torn between skepticism and empathy. As we navigate the tumultuous waters of divorce, I grapple with conflicting emotions towards my wife and the uncertainty of the future.